Alright, it's now time to talk some football on this Tuesday edition of the SportsMax Zone. After competing against each other for 3 months, some youth footballers from Jamaica and Tobago will once again team up to compete at the CASA Youth Soccer Classic. One of the two Caribbean teams has landed in the USA for the tournament, and Gerard Morrisili, he tells us more.
The schoolboy football season in the Caribbean has culminated in January in South Florida for the last 3 years. Some of the best under-19 players from Tobago and Jamaica battle academy players from the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. 7 teams, including Jamaica Select Under-19, Tobago Select, and defending champions Rush, will participate in this year's week-long tournament. On Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, the Tobago team, after a long day of travel, finally arrived at the Chateau Mar Hotel and Golf Resort in Lauderhill. Tobago was expected to train at the Lauderhill Sports Complex, the site of the tournament, but due to transportation issues, that was cancelled. Food was also another need that came up, so the management of the team decided to walk to get food. Let's just say that it is a 5 minutes drive and a 25 minutes long walk. And not the warmest weather for Caribbean nationals either. The next morning, Tobago Select had a scheduled training session with the team at 6 a.m., one that started in the hotel gym and was completed on a small grass area outside the hotel that has now become the main training area for the Caribbean teams each year. Assistant coach of the Tobago Select team, Leon Cruikshank, talked about the team's readiness ahead of their first match against Plantation Rush.
Well, this morning we had a nice workout in the gym, exercising, stretching, and then we took it to the field outside to challenge the weather a little bit, challenge them boys to feel the coolness, prepare for it. We had a little rondo, we just a circle and we tried to get the ball. Then we did a little 4-goal sweat. So this morning I was trying to get them a little fast movement on the wet ground to get a feel for it. That's why we didn't go on the field, we went on the smooth grass outside for the ball to hit and run. And then get a feel for the flow. A wet ball, wet surface, wet boots on the ground. Our strategy is simple. We come to play simple football. Nothing too extravagant, simple football. I don't want to really say what we're doing, but at least we know we want to defend, start off defending. So the boys get a feel of the field, feel of the ball, and then we'll start pressing the team to suit. Nothing too fast.
Some of the returning players from last year's team also shared their views and expectations for the 2025 tournament after finishing 4th last year.
It's for the love of the game, playing soccer, you come out here, you get to meet new competition, new people. It's mostly for the love of the game.
The first game I say we're absolutely very ready. The motivation of the players, we want it real bad.
We're hoping we could do better than last year. We have a younger squad compared to the squad from before. We have 3 or 4 players that started last time. We have a young team, and we think we could reach further in the competition coming up this time.
I hope that we can really win the tournament this year.
All right, our SportsMax senior producer, Phil Riley, is in Florida, and we'll check in with him as he prepares to cover the action, which kicks off in less than an hour. Good afternoon, Phil. How are things back in Florida? How are preparations coming along?
Things are good, Mariah. Things are good. The weather is perfect for football. It's 75 degrees now, Fahrenheit, 24 degrees Celsius. But it's expected to get to about 60, 59 later on. So I'll be putting on my jacket as soon as I'm finished talking to you guys.
Yeah, and the last time you sent us a wrap, I saw footage of you, attempting to train with the youngsters. Are you planning to do that this year, or would you just leave the training up to them?
No, not this year. I've already shown them what I can do. We'll be doing things differently this year. Nothing to prove, nothing to show. Everybody knows what we can do already.
what you can do. Of course, we saw live footage. The only thing we didn't catch is when you actually scored that goal. But let's talk, Phil, a bit about the Jamaica team now, coached by Lester Hibbert. Of course, Vassal Reynolds will also be a part of that setup. Do you think Jamaica has a good chance this year?
Before we talk about Jamaica, I want to talk about what will happen tonight. Because Jamaica, they are on their way here. Okay. But the Tobago team is here. They'll be playing tonight. And they look like they're ready. They are very experienced. They have their top goalkeeper, Karim Warner, returning. Yeah. And a player that we know now in Jamaica, Kaim, and he goes to States. You know, so Kaim Lewis, I forgot his last name just now. And he was the leading goal scorer in the Ben Francis Cup. He was also the MVP of the final. So Tobago comes with some firepower this year, and they said they're looking to go one better. They want to get to the final and they want to win. On the Jamaica side, I'm a little worried about the Jamaica team because normally they will get here about this time, but they're getting here at 8 p.m. tonight. They won't even get to see the team that they're playing tomorrow, which is Ingenious Elite. They won't get to see. By the time they get to the hotel, it will be about 10 o'clock. So I don't know what's going to happen with them. They might train in the morning on that same grass pitch. But I'm a little concerned about how they will adapt to the conditions in their first game.
Yeah, Phil, we just heard Coach Cruikshank about the Tobago team, and we saw the early morning workout and so on, but you just said that it's likely to be about 59 degrees tonight. How prepared is this Tobago team with these temperatures? Because that's significantly cooler than they would have experienced in the Caribbean.
Well, I mean, I guess the walk last night would have helped them because it was pretty cold last night. That would have helped them. Also, they trained this morning. It was cold this morning, and they trained in sleeves and long tights and all of that. So they are a little bit more prepared in terms of the weather than I believe Jamaica would be. So I think they're good. They're good.
Yeah. I heard Cruikshank also mention, Phil, that they're coming to play simple, basic football, just simple football, which doesn't sound Trini, because we know Trini players have a lot of fear and ball handling skills and so on. So is it that they're departing from what Trini's culture is in football?
I don't know if they would like you calling them Trini. Mariah can tell you if the
well,
if people
Tobago,
from
yeah,
Tobago like to be
that's
called
right, yeah.
Trinis.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
But their team is much smaller this year. They have 13 players here now.
13.
One arrives today, and then 2 more will arrive with their head coach tomorrow. So their head coach also will miss today's game. But they are excited. They are very experienced. Most of the players have been here before. They have about 7 players from the team who will be playing for the first time. So quite a few of the players have played for the last 3 years here. So they are excited about what will happen.
Yeah, and, you know, of course, we know that, well, Trinidad and Tobago's most outstanding football product, Dwight York, is originally from Tobago. So the Tobago team in this CASA tournament will be going there representing a legacy with regard to what their country has been able to produce as far as football is concerned.
Yes, and of course, some of the players I spoke to, some of them, and they're looking for scholarships. They want to impress the scouts because they want to get themselves and their families in a better position. So they will be coming to put on a show tonight and for the rest of the tournament.
Well, Phil, you know, we want to thank you so much. We know we're going to be connecting with you again, so I'm looking forward for a favorable Tobago result. And, you know, we'll chat again as you continue to keep us updated on what's happening in the competition. Thank you so much.
Yes, one last thing, Mariah, before we go. If you want to watch the match tonight, it will be live on YouTube on Flex TV. That's FLEXX TV. So look for that. Both matches will be live tonight. The Tobago team will play at 8, and before that will be 2 local teams playing. Match starts at 6:15.
All right, thanks, of course, Phil Riley there, one of our senior producers here at SportsMax. We're going to take a quick break and come back. My favorite segment comes up next, Interactive.